What makes it particularly dangerous is simply this, that China is not seeking coexistence. China is seeking domination. And that is the backdrop that's driving this. I believe President Xi and the Chinese Communist Party believe that Biden would come in here and repeat the Obama's policies of appeasement and accommodation. And there's some evidence that Biden is doing that with Iran and Russia. But by and large, he's adopted the policies of the Trump administration, reduced the rhetoric, certainly. That's something he's done that's different. But those policies are in place, the sanctions, the tariffs, and he's strengthening the resolve of our allies. Look at the visits this week. Sherman, who's in this meeting in China, was in South Korea, Japan, and Mongolia. Blinken, Secretary of State, will be in India. Secretary of Defense Austin is out in Southeast Asia with Singapore, Vietnam, and the Philippines.
What do you say to some who think that, we are already in the middle of a second Cold War with China?
Well, it certainly has the resemblance of that. The Cold War, remember how stark that was. The Warsaw Pact, headed up by Russia, had hundreds of thousands of troops on their western border, and NATO had hundreds of thousands of troops also on their eastern border. And the United States had over 400,000. And so we were facing off at each other with significant conventional forces, also owning most of the strategic and nuclear weapons in the world at the time. Russia knew it could not dominate. And there was peaceful coexistence, with the exception of a war in Korea and a war in Vietnam, certainly, to contain communism. But this threat is more dangerous in my judgment because they are seeking domination.